And then, so for the mice, they first inject them, and then they like paint their head yellow, and then they go back like every few days, I think they can go, and then harvest that ascites liquid with the antibodies. And there was also video footage, and I heard this story, and this was kind of a failed thing that they did. But first they need to harvest the plasma of the mouse blood to kind of compare it with their final ascites liquid. So what they do is they take mouse blood and then they centrifuge it, and then they take out the blood plasma, which is the supernatant on top. And there's a very particular way of harvesting mouse blood. They bought 20 mice to harvest blood from. One mouse is about 30 RMB, which is a little under $5, and they're just white lab mice, and they're very cute. But this is the most gruesome thing, and I was like, the whole video, and some people laughed at me and some people agreed with me. But anyway, so you take the mice and you kind of squeeze it so the eyes like bug out a little bit, and you take tweezers and you like gouge the eye out and just pull it out, and then you squeeze the mouse dry, like squeeze all the blood out through its eye into like just like a vial, and then you take that vial back, and it's the most gruesome, awful thing. And then like after the mouse is squeezed dry, you have your like tube of blood, and then you have this like mouse, and it's kind of just like crushed, like it's flat because all the blood is gone, and then they just toss it into like a garbage bag because it's done. And it was so awful to watch, and I don't think they'll be doing that when I go with them, which is good because I don't think I could watch that in real life. But it turns out from that everything they do is in these microtiter plates, and they're 8 by 12 with just these little wells, and it turns out the blood of 20 mice only was about 15 milliliters of blood that they got out, and after they centrifuged it, they only got about 7 milliliters of the plasma. So they only filled 2 rows of the microtiter plate, and so that was not nearly enough to do any experiment. So now they know not to harvest blood that way anymore because it was useless. The reason that you have to do it through the eye instead of like you can kind of like just inject it and suck out all the blood, like just like how we take blood for tests and stuff, but you don't get very much for that one. And the other ways, you can like cut the head off and then all the blood drains out, but then the blood gets really dirty by like touching the skin and the hair, and that's why they do it through the eye, because that's like the cleanest way. It's incredibly gruesome to watch, and I watched it through kind of like a shaky video too. And yeah, so I hope they don't do that. I think all they're going to be doing on Monday is just taking samples of the liquid from the abdominal cavity. So it'll be gross, but I guess a very important part of the experience.